Anyone who tells you that this isn't a good movie is straight up lying to you. However, there is one major flaw at the center of it that I just can't ignore. But let's get the obvious things out of the way first. If you've seen the trailers, then you know that this adaptation is basically a shot-for-shot remake of the original. So the foundations of this story are still really good because they're literally the exact same thing. And I would be lying to you if I said I didn't get choked up yet again watching the test flight scene. And what is really great is that more than ever before, they know exactly what they have with this beautiful score. So they use it to its absolute max throughout this entire thing. And while visually it doesn't look as good as the original, just because I personally like a lot more color in my films, there are some genuinely impressive moments of CGI. A 360 shot in particular when Astrid and Hiccup are taking their flight together on Toothless. And speaking of the characters, I think that almost all of them are cast to absolute perfection. Gerard Butler is literally playing the exact same character, but he does an excellent job of bringing out the spirit of the animation through his performance with his louder than life expressions. And I'm not lying to you, Nico Parker is basically Astrid reincarnated. The amount of gravitas that she carries is kind of undeniable, and when that softer side of her comes out at the very end, you can't help but feel a authentic connection between her character and Hiccup. And similar to Butler, Nick Frost expertly matches Gobber's comedic timing, and honestly, everyone in like the young Viking group is quite hilarious. I thoroughly enjoyed the new Snotlout plotline with his dad. It's not only genuinely funny, but it also gives him kind of an interesting connection with Hiccup. Now, speaking of the protagonist, he is sadly my #1 issue with this film. I do not think that Mason Thames is a bad actor. I thought he was great in The Black Phone, and I can't wait to see him in the sequel later this year. But he just isn't Hiccup, and you could say, oh, the characters are gonna be different, but the thing is, this is a carbon copy of the original. This is the exact same guy from the animated film, and he just doesn't feel like it. He doesn't carry himself with enough awkwardness. He really doesn't feel weak, and I'm sorry, but every single comedic line from him falls flat. But because he doesn't have experience in that genre, I'm not surprised. Honestly, it made me appreciate Jay Baruchel's performance a whole lot more. Yeah, so personally, I couldn't overlook that one main thing, but if you are a fan of this world, you're gonna enjoy this thing, and there's no denying that.